Hello, everyone. Hi, friends. Happy Wednesday. It is very good to see you once again. Welcome back to Transmissions from the Cave. I hope you're having a very good day so far. We have a very exciting stream ahead of us. We are going to be doing a live draw today, and live draws have been some of my favorite things that we have gotten to do here on the channel. It is something that, I've never gotten to experience before. I get to sit back and watch someone be really talented and answer questions. It's a very fun stream for me, so I am very glad you're here. If it is your first time here, hi, my name is Saige Ryan. I am your host. We do this stream every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific. We bring in somebody from the Mad Cave family to come and talk about their work and show you a cool piece of art for the day. Sometimes it's live draws, sometimes just interviews. We've got some fun stuff coming up very soon that I'm excited to tell you about as soon as we can, of course. But today, we are doing a live drawing with the artist of Needle and Thread, Ennun Iurov, and she's going to be drawing Rowan MacColl's characters from Nightmare in Savannah in their own style, which I am very excited about. I have not personally done anything like this here. I am obsessed with the draw in your own style challenges that I see go around on Instagram and things of the sort. So we're going to be doing something like that here today. For those of you who don't know yet, Nightmare in Savannah is the next book releasing under Maverick imprint right after Ennun's book, Needle and Thread. So it's going to be a fun little swap. Super excited about that. I'll tell you a little bit about Needle and Thread first. Choosing between living the life you want and living the life you're supposed to have is not always an easy choice. Noah, embracing his true self, wants to pursue a career in costume design, something his loving public service parents would never approve of. Azuri, the perfect model daughter of a very stern traditional family, dreams of embracing the hobbies she secretly loves, hobbies her social circle would never abide by. The two live different lives, and their social statuses keep them from ever crossing paths until they have a chance encounter that exposes them to some common ground, the desire to live the life that they have chosen for themselves. Up-and-coming writer David Pinky and first-time graphic novel artist Ennun Iurov introduce a coming-of-age yarn about self-discovery, resilience, and the enduring power of having a person believe in you. And that's sweet. And y'all, I am deeply emotional today. If anybody saw the clip of Steve from Blue's Clues yesterday, I'm still absolutely coasting on those emotions. So just reading it, I'm just like, it's fine, I'm good. It's a lovely, absolutely delightful story. And then, of course, we have to talk about Nightmare in Savannah. Nightmare in Savannah is what we're going to be drawing from today. Alexa moves to Savannah to get away from her past. Too bad her past is a Google search away, and her parents' criminal acts quickly make her an outcast. Thankfully, Faye, Chloe, and Sky aren't high on the social ladder and give Alexa a group to feel comfortable in. But there's something strange hidden in Savannah's gothic streets, something tricky. The girls discover that they might not be fully human after all, as ancient Fae powers flow through their veins. Veteran writer Layla Gwen and macabre artist Rowan MacColl bring you a bloody southern fairy tale that will leave you beguiled. I'm stoked, y'all. I love everything about it. It is such a beautiful story. I can't wait. I will show you the trailer when I go to get my guest here. You'll get to see both trailers for both stories today. Get a little bit of extra bonus content today since we are talking about two different books, of course, which I'm very excited about. New from the Cave this week, if you missed snagging the first issue of Bountiful Garden on Free Comic Book Day, issue 1 is now available in stores. Y'all, Bountiful Garden is such a good, fun read. It is such a fun sci-fi, it's this relatable, connectable story of our inevitable, dark, horrifying future. And it's a very good read. I highly recommend it. So if you didn't get it on Free Comic Book Day, you have the opportunity to now. But let me tell you about Ennun, who we're going to bring in just a minute here. Ennun Iurov is a Romanian illustrator who will have her first professionally published graphic novel, Needle and Thread, releasing under the Maverick imprint of Mad Cave this fall. For over 6 years, Ennun has created and self-published short comics and stories focusing mainly on empowering charity zines, working with organizations such as Action Against Hunger and others. Ennun's illustration skills have a vast range from folktales, dreamcore, to horror, and beyond. The words dreamcore get me so excited. So absolutely excited. So I'm very excited to introduce you to today's guest. Once again, we are going to be doing a live draw. So we are going to take a break here in just a moment. We are going to be giving away a copy of Needle and Thread today, one of the book that Ennun is an artist on. So excited about that. Her link is in chat. Everybody, if you will just hold for me for just a moment, I will play you a trailer I will go and get Ennun, and then when we come back, we're going to get into some art and some questions. We will kick off that giveaway, so stick around, don't go anywhere, and we will see you in just a moment.
I knew moving to Savannah was never going to be easy. But when your parents get locked up, and the only family you have left is your grandpa, well, you can't exactly be choosy. At least my new school is filled with the same kinds of people as my old one. The jocks, the rejects, the mean girls. Why do they have to ruin everything? But there is something different about this place. Something tricky. I can feel it, lurking beneath the surface. It's changing us, giving us powers, and helping us fight back. But power comes at a price. And Savannah will never be the same again.
Hello, everyone. We are back and we are ready to draw Ennun. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for taking the time. I am so excited to see you work here. Thank you for sharing this with us. I think that's so special. Someone said muted. Are we good on audio? Okay, I think it was fine. I think it was just a quick thing at the beginning.
Tiny delay.
Just a little delay. That's all right. So we're going to get into some drawing here, and we're also going to ask you a bunch of questions about comics. What do we have here already in the middle of the screen? It's so cute.
Well, I don't know. I was bored while waiting, so I was like, this could be cute.
We did have a moment before we got started, obviously, about having the same headphones. We had to have a quick moment about them, but I'm going to keep them off for now.
Nothing but taste.
Incredible. Okay, well, everybody, Ennun is here to draw something for you. We are going to be drawing from a character from Nightmare in Savannah today, right?
Yes, we're actually going to be drawing 2 characters from Nightmare in Savannah.
2, incredible.
Yes, because I could not pick one, so I said I'd go with 2.
That's awesome.
We're gonna draw Alexa and Sky.
Sky.
Who are adorable.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Now, when you say like we're going to be drawing in your style, how would you describe what your style is?
How would I describe it? I guess it's kind of a mix of cartoony with realistic with manga.
That's awesome.
A bit all over the place, kind of. It's like a compilation of everything that I like, kind of.
That's lovely. That's awesome. Well, for things that you like, what would be the first comic or graphic novel that you fell in love with?
I think it would be, if you know of it, Asterix and Obelix, which is a French comic. Because we didn't really get a lot of comics in Romania growing up. But our parents were huge fans of it, so we have the full collection at home in French and English, and I don't know how many languages.
Oh, that's amazing. Were your parents like big comic fans in general, or just that one in particular?
I think my mom more than my dad.
Yeah.
But not too many. It's like they had, with Asterix, there was a Romanian one that I cannot remember the name of right now, that my mom was a big fan of. That's amazing. I'm actually pretty sure that was it, so not really.
Okay, not a diverse collection of it, but that's a really great introduction. That's so lovely. For people who are joining us for the first time, for people who have not read any of the work before, can you tell people what they could expect from Needle and Thread?
Well, I would say it's pretty lighthearted, all things considered. Like, there's some pretty... how should I put it? Like extreme situations, for a teenager to be in.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure something a lot of people can relate to. But it's fun, it's lighthearted, it doesn't, beat around the bush.
That's cool.
It's fun.
That's lovely.
And I think it's a pretty easy read too, so you can probably get through it in like a day or 2.
Okay.
So it's nice, relaxing.
Yeah, relaxing and lighthearted. And everyone knows that in the year of our Lord 2021, we could all use something a little relaxing and lighthearted.
Oh, God, yes.
As much as I love something heavy and hard hitting, nothing wrong with taking a break from it.
Honestly.
Have you ever drawn another artist's art in your style before?
Yes, quite a lot, because, there's the draw this in your style tag on Twitter or Instagram and stuff. And every time it pops up again and becomes popular all over again, I always pick at least one or two people to do it with.
Oh, that's lovely. Do you have any favorites that you've done in the past?
Yes. But funny enough, not from this. There's a website, I don't know how many people actually know about it, called Artfight, where like a lot of artists come and put their OCs or original characters, for those who don't know, or anything like that, and you basically fight each other by drawing each other's characters. It's really, really fun. It's like a whole month in, I think it was July.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's really, really fun. And you get to meet so many new artists doing that too.
Yeah, I bet. Wow, that's a really cool community. For those who don't know, I guess you should probably check it out. That sounds fun as hell.
Yeah, please do. Join us next year.
That's awesome. That's so, so cool. Do you like generally exploring different styles, or do you prefer to stick into this kind of like cute, you said like manga anime inspired?
I think it depends. When I draw digitally, so like for work or stuff like that, I usually prefer to just stick to this style. But if I'm drawing traditionally, I usually try literally anything I can think of. Like my sketchbook is a mess. It's all over the place.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I think that's great. It gets you a ton of different experience, makes you good at a lot of things, which is so cool. I am always amazed watching these things because I'm just like, I would have messed this up at the first stroke. I would have gone the wrong direction. I don't understand how human bodies work. I don't understand anything. I don't understand how to recreate it. It's really wild to watch. Could you tell us a little more about your creative process in general? How do you usually start off here?
Well, usually what happens is if I think of a project, let's say, or an idea of a drawing, I usually have it in my head exactly how I want it to look before I start. So then it's just a matter of getting it down on the page.
Okay.
Sometimes it can get a bit hard because if I have a really weird position in my head, it's like, okay, but how the hell does the body,
Yeah.
Like,
for my non-artist friends in chat, can you absolutely imagine being able to picture something in your head and then being able to actually do it? Being able to picture something in your head and be like, I'm gonna draw it, and then doing it? Wild. Absolutely wild. And then how would you say that your process differs from other artists when it comes to that kind of style?
From what I've noticed from my friends and other artists that I talk to and stuff, the only major difference between how I do it and how other people is that I'm like, not to sound cocky, but I'm very confident in my lines. So my sketches are very minimal, just enough so I know where everything goes and then I just go for it.
Nice.
Like, I don't really need a lot of sketching or stuff to make a drawing.
That's
clearly it's just like the sketch is like 3 lines, but
that's awesome. Also, if there's anywhere you can come and be cocky, it's 100% here. This is the place. Like, this is the place to come and flex. Absolutely.
Then I'm damn good.
I agree. Thank you. Yes. We're leaving here with confidence and compliments. That's it. I want to hear from everybody in chat as well. Look at that. Barely needs a sketch. I love it. What do you think is the most rewarding part of the process for you as an artist?
I think when the line art is done. Because I'm not the biggest fan of coloring, but I absolutely adore drawing. Oh. So like I can spend hours just doodling, filling up a whole sketchbook if I can. So really when the line art is all done, it's just so nice to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. So coloring is not your favorite in general. Do you prefer then to have somebody else on your work, like as a colorist, come in and do it?
Not really,
Okay.
because it's like I know. It's like in my head, I have a very specific image of how I
Yeah.
want it to look at, and I'm always like, okay, so like it would be great to have someone else do it, but at the same time, what if it's not up to my standards? What if I like it more a different way, and then I'm gonna be annoying and be like, can you change this and also this, please?
The I don't want to
So
do
it's
it, but
like,
I don't want someone else to do it struggle.
yeah, I'd rather suffer through it.
That's very funny. Oh man. Chen the New King in the chat said I love doing line art too. It's my fave. Um, and then Scorpius in Mondist. That was quite the Twitch name. It said the confident lines are my favorite part. Same.
Nice.
And of course.
Also, that's an amazing name.
Yeah, right? And then of course Alice in a chat said we are here for it. You have amazing line work. It's true. Told you. Confidence and compliments. That's what we're doing here today.
Oh.
I would love to talk to you more about needle and thread as well while we're drawing. Do you have a favorite part of needle and thread?
Favorite part? Yes, there is a chapter, I don't remember which one, but there's a chapter where Noah, the main character, is trying on different outfits and getting to draw his stress of picking a nice outfit was really, really fun. Oh, and especially the layout of the pages, because it's one big page that's split into 9 panels of him just going in front of the wardrobe. You're like, nope, nope. It's like, and you can see the chair behind him piling up with clothes.
Oh, that's great. Going. The clothes. That reminds me of when you would get those little like drawing books as a kid that would have like the blank paper dresses on them to fill in.
Oh my god, I love those.
Little drawing dolls. I feel like that's it for an adult and an actual real professional artist.
Pretty much.
Oh, look at the clothes coming together here. That's so wild. Goodness. Oh yeah, they love the fashion. And that's a good 9-panel page.
It's a very satisfying page.
Yeah, absolutely. I love fashion in comics so much. Me
too.
I would give anything to be able to just like set my closet on fire and look like a comic book character every day or a manga character every day. Unquestionably. It is 100% the goal.
It's never too late to start.
I like to think that everything I pick out is working towards the goal of looking one day more like a character out of a manga that I love.
Yes.
Every time. Absolutely.
That's true goals.
So for needle and thread, who do you think it's for? Who do you think would enjoy reading needle and thread?
I think probably I'd say the majority would be people around the same age of the character. So like either just finishing high school, like mid to finishing high school, or maybe just starting university or college. It's a good little reminder to not give up on your dreams, to like even if you can't necessarily how should I put it, follow it as a job, that doesn't mean you should just completely give it up. Like keeping it as a hobby is just as important as anything, really. You should have things that fulfill you in life.
Yeah, that's a lovely sentiment. That's absolutely beautiful. And I think that, you know, even if that's not necessarily you at the end of high school or at the end of college, that's always something relatable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And be reminded of.
I know there's a lot of people who, like, you hear this a lot that say that, you know, I'm 40 or something, so it's a bit late to do stuff. It's not true. It's never too late to try things. Like, you just have to have the confidence to just push yourself that tiny step to start, and then, you know, see where it goes.
Yeah. Did you ever get to a point where you thought that maybe of like stepping away from art because of that? I know that art in particular is one of those careers that a lot of people believe to be unrealistic or are hard to convince someone that you can do something special with. And before the success that you've had, was there ever a time where you thought you would maybe step away from it?
Not really. Like, art has been, like, I was definitely going to do art from since as long as I can remember. It was never really a question. And I think because I was very obsessive with it, my parents never even had a question about it either. They're like, yeah, sure, art.
Fantastic.
It was more just a question of, okay, but which part of art do you want to do?
Oh, that's cool. Was it always comics, or did you consider other avenues?
Actually, no. For the longest time, I was very tempted to go into fashion.
Wow.
Clearly. So, but it was like the year before I applied to my university was when I decided to go on illustration. And initially, I was going between picking either illustration or animation. But then I was like, actually, that looks too tedious, so I went with illustration.
Oh, I'm loving seeing the clothes come together. Those boots are fabulous.
I want some.
Yeah, right?
My boots died last year, so I have none.
Oh no, rest in peace to your boots.
Honestly.
It's heartbreaking. I've definitely done that where it's like, you gotta have your favorite pair of black boots. It's important. It's a staple.
I know, right?
Uh-huh. Mine,
like, I just gotta find some now.
I still have my favorite pair, even though the zippers have fallen off of both sides.
Oh no.
I have to like fashion them shut. There's a safety pin holding part of the sole together. I refuse to let go. I absolutely refuse. I think that it gives them character.
I feel that I had some sparkly, glittery shoes that I kept until the lace literally broke off and I couldn't wear them anymore. I was so sad. It was a dark day.
How often do you like draw a piece of clothing and be like, how do I get this for my human form?
Oh, so many times. Like, a lot of clothes that I draw are specifically things that either don't necessarily fit my body type, but I think are cute, or that I don't necessarily want to wear, but I'm like, that's a really pretty dress.
Yeah, that's fun.
So it's like, well, if I can't wear it, someone has to.
Absolutely. And you've made it exist. It's like, for me, a lot of the time, it's about getting something out of my head so that I can move on. I'm also very obsessive as a person. So it's like, if I just got it out somehow, then maybe I could move on with my life.
Maybe.
Okay. What are you hoping that readers would take away from Needle and Thread?
I guess just the confidence to try and pursue a dream, maybe something that they've always wanted to try, but were never too, I don't know, sure of themselves about. Also, like for younger people, I really hope that if they have something that they would rather do and their parents are pushing them to do, like in the story, like going to law school or something like that, that they do push against that. Because I have had a lot of friends who did go to university to do what their parents wanted them to do, and like halfway through they dropped out because they didn't like what they were doing, and which was making it really hard for them to actually, do the course and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people would I don't know, avoid that if they could at least try to convince their parents to at least let them try to pursue something that they actually want to.
Yeah,
because when you want to do something, you're gonna make it work anyway, because it's a passion. You're always gonna work hard for your passions.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I think that's a great takeaway. And oh my goodness, this is looking so good.
Yes, that's the line art.
They're
so next is coloring.
Cute. This was so quick too.
I know, right? They're adorable.
So adorable. So, yes,
thank you.
Oh my goodness,
I always get told that I draw very fast.
Yeah, this is remarkably quickly. I'm like here like pacing out my questions, and I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta get through these. We're moving. We're moving. Do you have anything in particular that inspires you as an artist, whether it be another artist or just something in the world?
There's so many artists. Yeah. Let's see, from the top of my head, there's Sir Quentin Blake, who I love dearly. and his stuff is amazing. There's another artist called Matthias Adolfsson who does some really, really detailed doodles kind of thing. And they're so nice and intricate, and looking at them is such a pleasure because the more you look, the more things you noticed in the art, and that's always so fun to me. There's also artists like Conrad Rosette or James Jean that are very out there, but they're amazing.
Nice. That's fantastic. I love that you have so many different points of inspiration. That's really cool. Do you feel like your style has come from some of those people that inspire you to like an amalgamation or pieces of it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think especially even if it's not necessarily visible in the style that I draw in, I think it's very visible in the themes that I draw, or let's say the colors maybe, or stuff like that. Because it's not always just the style, it's everything, I guess, that makes up a drawing. Because I remember I was talking to someone about James Jean, which, if people don't know, he has a very creepy, like, dreamy type of art style. It's weird, but really beautiful in a dark fantasy kind of way. And they were very surprised that I like that because usually I don't like I draw cutesy stuff. And I was like, yeah, but I really like dark stuff.
It's great.
Like most of the comics that I've done on my own, short stories or stuff like that, all of them have really dark themes or not the happiest of endings and stuff.
I think that's great.
It's fun.
Yeah, I think that like when you look at, and I mean, this is also my very personal interest of like when you look at things that can be very, very cute and very soft in this world and very wholesome, to have the kind of antithesis and the absolute opposition of darkness, I think it's actually relatively relatable to, I'm sure, a lot of people that love that kind of like soft and cartoony and cutesy stuff, to enjoy that opposition of darkness in it. It is the extremes. It's the idea of to be able to love something is to be able to hate it, and vice versa. So I think that makes perfect sense to me, at least.
So I think the difference between a cute art style and really dark theme, it's like, okay.
Chen the New King in the chat said, you know that picture of the two houses, one pink and the other black? That's Ennun's art style versus art themes. And I know exactly which photo you're talking about. It's in Santa Monica, California.
Is that where that is?
Yeah. It is. It's these like houses that line the beach. And I know exactly the photo. And a lot of the time it's like my personality versus my music taste. For you, it's the art versus the inspiration.
Oh, it's the music as well. I've had that happen. It's so funny because I draw very girly, and I like pink and stuff like that. And then someone asked me, "It's like, why are you listening?" And I was listening to like hard metal or something.
That's great. Do you typically listen to music while you draw?
Yes, all the time. I actually have some music playing right now, just very quietly.
Oh, that's fantastic. Can we know what you're listening to?
I am listening to some Eurobeats.
How lovely. Do you feel like what you're listening to affects your drawing?
Yes. Or, well, actually, I think it's kind of. I pick the music I want to listen to depending on what I'm drawing.
Okay.
So it's kind of both ways, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, it's like in movies, it sets the mood. It's very...
Yeah, of
chill.
course.
It's like soundtrack to my life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't like silence, so
I'm right there with you. Absolutely. When you're collaborating on something, I know that you've done so much self-published work. When you're working with someone else, are there any particular things that you look for in a collaborator?
I'm actually not sure because I haven't collaborated a lot. And when I have, it's been on themes that were already decided before we kind of agreed on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you were approached with an idea.
Yeah, kind of. So it's... I don't know.
All right, yeah.
I guess.
Still exploring that.
Yeah, I like working on in themes that I like, obviously, but I don't want to limit myself to it. But at the same time, I'm very opinionated, so I want to work on stuff that I like.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any particular styles that you or genres that you haven't worked in yet that you'd like to tackle?
It's a bit spoilery.
Ooh.
Don't tell Chris.
Okay. I won't say anything. We're dropping
Okay,
secrets.
so yes, totally. Not like we have people watching or anything. But I really like horror, and I've never actually done a full-on proper horror comic or anything like that.
Awesome.
So that's something to look forward to.
Oh my! I'm nuke the bod. No one can know. Everybody,
No one knows.
no narcs in chat. I'm gonna need you all to be really cool about this, okay? Coming on Wednesdays for secrets, but you can't be a narc about it, or else we can't tell secrets on the stream. Just be cool. Everybody be cool. All right, and now the worst question I get to ask you, the one that puts you on the spot the most. What is something that our listeners might not know about you?
Huh. What would be something that's interesting enough?
Give me anything.
Well, I think this one not a lot of people know, mostly because because of my headset you can't see, but I have like 4 piercings.
Ooh, okay.
I also have a tattoo on my back.
Nice. Would you share what that tattoo is? Or is it a secret?
I don't know if you can see it properly.
You can just tell us about it. That's okay too.
Okay, it's like this big. It's on the back of my neck. And it has things that I like drawing. So like there's an eye, there's a crown, there's a hand in there.
Oh wow.
There's a peach.
Is a peach something you particularly like drawing?
I never it's like I had one of the first art books or zines, however you wanna call it, that I ever did was themed around peaches and cream.
Oh my goodness.
Which was a lyric from a BTS song
from
that just stuck in my head.
Amazing. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Is there a place that people can go to check out some of these art books that you've made and some of the self-published stuff you've done?
On my website, and on my website I have links to everything on there. Even if they're split, there's links there so people can just click and go.
Amazing. That's so cool. I'm obsessed with the fact that it was from a BTS song. That's fantastic.
Do you listen to BTS?
Yes. I would say I'm not as familiar. I don't know if I get to consider myself part of the ARMY. I'm a huge Blackpink fan. So I'm easing my way in. I think I'm working my way to BTS.
Welcome.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is looking so good. All right.
Thank you.
Do you have any pieces of advice that you have been given that have stuck with you through your career?
I think a very big one, and one that I tell people now as well, is wait, what was it? Don't worry about finishing stuff. If you want to get into comics, just draw however much you want of a comic, and if you never finish it, then you never finish it. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Like, don't stress over it. It's fine. It's like eventually you're gonna have to finish stuff anyway. So while you're practicing and learning, just don't worry that much about it, because it's going to give you a lot more anxiety than you should be dealing with, honestly.
Yeah, and that might stop people from starting at all if they're worried about not being able to finish.
Yeah, because I've had problems with that as well. And, when you don't finish something, you always get that mindset of like, oh my god, what am I doing? I didn't finish, I need to finish. but you lack the inspiration to finish. So then what are you supposed to do? I think it's easier, like, either take a break, do something else, come back to it later, or just maybe that's it. That was all that was gonna come out of that, and you just drop it and move to the next project.
Yeah.
It's better to diversify than to cry yourself to sleep for 3 weeks because of a simple drawing.
Yeah, that's really good advice. That's really excellent. I'm sure a lot of people can benefit from that. Oh my goodness, look at their faces coming together. I can't handle how cute they're looking.
No, they're so cute in the comic. Please read it. I got to read it and I was like, oh my god. Like, I knew I was gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, not to spoil anything, but it's my favorite. Besides my own, obviously.
Right, of
but,
course. Yeah.
Of course. But out of all of them, I thought from the beginning, I thought this was gonna be my favorite, and then I got to read it 2 weeks ago or so, and I was like, yeah.
That's very cool.
It's my favorite.
Oh, that's so wonderful. I'm glad that it lined up like that. And then you get to draw it here now, and we get to benefit from you liking it. That's great.
Yeah, oh my god, I was so happy when Allison contacted me, and I was like, yes, I want to draw that. Of course.
That's so cool. If you could share anything with your younger self growing up as an artist, what would that be?
I think generally just saying, like, chill.
Yeah.
Like, take a break, it's fine. You'll be fine even if you take a break. And I think that's a pretty universal statement to artists.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that it's okay to take a little bit of time. Like you said earlier, too, of like, you know, go away from it, come back to it.
Yeah.
I think that all ties together.
I'm a notorious workaholic, as all of my friends will say.
I'm like, I feel like somebody in chat clearly knows that. I see even your current self, cough, cough, I love you, from Chen the New King.
Yeah, Chen is one of my close friends.
Being called out today.
Yeah. Every day, honestly. It's fine. I'm used to it.
That's awesome. What are you most looking forward to with people kind of getting their hands on needle and thread?
Oh, honestly, I know this is like, they say you shouldn't do this, but I'm really looking forward to what people have to say about it.
Reviews?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I've looked for reviews already because I saw it on what's it called, on Goodreads, and I was like, I shouldn't, but I scrolled.
And how did you feel
I just want to know. I was like, honestly, the bad points that were said, I was like, yeah, totally understandable, honestly. Especially with art, because art is a very subjective thing.
Yeah, of course.
Like, if you're not gonna like it, you're not gonna like it. That's perfectly fine with me. I know my art style isn't for everyone. That's fine.
You are exceptionally good at taking criticism.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, I think you get used to it, because I've been drawing and posting my stuff online for, I don't know, ages now. I think since high school, maybe.
Wow.
Like end of high school, start of my university. So I think from the second that you decide to post stuff online, you have to accept that you're gonna get criticism. So it's a matter of, how do I want to deal with that? And then it's just, kind of working through it.
Yeah.
And, slowly you get to the point where it's like, yeah, sure, it's not for you, cool.
How do you feel like growing as an artist with access to the internet and spaces to kind of share for most of your adult life has affected you as an artist, as opposed to maybe people who didn't necessarily have these online communities or didn't have social media to share on?
In a way, I guess it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because you get used to certain things. It's like expecting criticism, like expecting people to have bad things to say. That's not necessarily a healthy thing, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you get so many more opportunities, and you get to learn a lot of things a lot faster than you would otherwise, because it's either learning on your own then. So it's like I got to learn about a lot of things, a lot of art processes. I gotten to see people draw like I'm doing right now. So, you know, you learn a lot from watching other people draw, from listening to how they think when they started drawing, from their mentality and everything. I actually had a conversation with my mom a few days ago, really, about this, because she said, oops, she said that initially when I was younger, she was a bit worried because it was online, and she was like, maybe it's a bit too much spending all that time posting stuff. But then now she was like, I kind of see how all the benefits came in. Wow. So, you know, it helped a lot, I would say.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I would like to do a giveaway. I would like somebody here to win something. So let's go ahead and kick off the giveaway. We need a keyword, and I would love it if you would pick something out of what the word is to enter the giveaway.
Me?
Yes.
Oh boy. Pressure. Oh God.
Give me anything. We do have a suggestion of boots if you'd like to use it.
Oh, I saw people were talking about shoes earlier. Yeah, sure. Let's go with boots.
All right. Boots it is. Okay, so let's kick off the giveaway. Of course, you are entering to win a copy of Needle and Thread, which we have talked so much about. So now you can actually get your hands on it to read it and then go say something nice about it online. Okay? We know that Ennun's reading reviews. So once the mods kick it off, you will say boots just one time. Spelled as is in chat. I will go ahead and type it for you as well. And that will be how you enter our giveaway. And if you win, we'll just send you a copy of it. How cool is that? I love that we get to do giveaways on here.
I know, right? I love giveaways.
And also, I want everybody to start thinking about some questions. We will, of course, be fielding some questions from the chat if you have anything that you want to ask as we are coming to a close here. Oh my goodness, the way it's just fully come together is so magical.
Yes, we're almost done.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I want it in wallpaper. It's not one piece of it on my wall isn't enough. I would like, by all means, wallpaper. Wallpaper, oh, I tell you.
Everywhere.
I believe it is open outside of the US. If one of the mods could clarify in chat for me, that would be super helpful because I'm actually not sure. Please let me know if it is US for shipping only or if we are open to international.
Good luck.
Oh, somebody just came back. They had clicked out for a second. It came back and there's so much more on the screen. Very exciting.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's magical. Everything that's happening. Oh, it's really coming together. I love the color palette as well.
Thank you. I like.
Oh, sorry. Please.
Yeah, I have. Oh, sorry. No, I have this color palette that I use in everything. It's I refuse to change my colors.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's like a statement.
Yeah, of course. I mean, clearly, I love the pastels and the muted tones of that. That's gorgeous. I surround myself in them.
Oh yes. Actually, speaking of which, I was gonna say I love your room. Your background is so pretty.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It does not look nearly as good up close. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. From far, the lines look great.
I have nothing behind me, so you know.
Do you get pieces of your art? Do you have any of your own art up on your walls?
I had before I moved.
Okay.
When I was staying home, and then I moved, and I didn't bring them with me. I left them to my mom, so she can do whatever she wants with them.
That's very sweet. I'm sure she appreciates that very, very much.
Oh, she does. She always wants to put more stuff on.
That's lovely. Well, I hope that you maybe get to put something up, maybe something from a poster from Nightmare in Savannah on the wall. Or maybe your own piece. Maybe Needle and Thread.
I would not say no to a poster.
Maybe Needle and Thread poster. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just tossing ideas out there. That's it. All right, let's roll that giveaway. I believe we have our entries. We'll roll that, and then we will take some questions from the chat if you have anything that you want to ask to Ennun before we sign off for the day. All right. Simon Orisi I believe I am saying that correctly. Simon Arisi, congratulations. You have won the giveaway. You get a copy of Needle and Thread. Please message our mods to get your shipping info sent out so we can get you your comic. Very exciting.
Yeah.
So, okay, for people who haven't seen either, who have not seen your style before and have not yet seen Nightmare in Savannah, is this something that, like, aesthetically in fashion is more from the original piece or of your own doing here?
It's like the fashion is originally mine, but it's similar to the type of clothes that they're wearing in the comic.
That's so cool. That's very, very cool.
Let's call it inspired.
Inspired, yeah. You've got the essence of the character.
Yes.
And I totally agree. I think that looks like something they would wear.
Okay, because I was gonna say, it's like, I hope I got it.
I think you nailed it. I think you absolutely nailed it. It's wild, the, like, texture that you can see in the sweater that you drew on there. I'm like, I can, like, feel the way that is layered in such a cool way over that, like, long drapey dress skirt. So cool. It looks like the person who won the giveaway might not be in the US. Mods, we might need to re-roll or figure out how we deal with that. Let me know in the chat, please. Oh, goodness. I want both outfits. No, immediately.
Honestly, I would love her sweater. Not gonna lie.
It looks soft.
It does. I want one. I can never find one. They're always harsh.
Yeah, right? Or one wash and they're done.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Okay. Chen the New King in the chat has a question for you. How free were you with the character design in the comic for Needle and Thread?
For Needle and Thread? Very. Honestly. I got very... how do I put it? Simple descriptions. It was mostly like main character, Noah, let's say. Main character, he's black with his parents with this and this origin. He's kind of nerdy, and he has a more prep fashion style.
Okay.
And that was it. Wow. That was literally all I got.
Do you enjoy that? Do you prefer the kind of freedom in that? Or is it nerve-wracking?
I think because it was the first time working with other people, it was a bit nerve-wracking. But at the same time, I do prefer that because I can push my own agenda with fashion and stuff.
That's great. Avery Kaplan wants to know what we all want to know. Is there any chance that we will see some of Ennun's clothes designs IRL someday?
Hopefully. I would like that. That sounds awesome.
Do you think, at some point you would go? I know you talked about doing fashion at some point. Do you think there's any possibility that you would consider taking a detour into fashion for a little bit?
Honestly, I would really, really like to. Like, I'm not even joking. I would very much like to. I've actually done clothes before that I draw them and then my mom has sewn them for me.
No way.
So it's not like it's unheard of because we've done it before. It's just a matter of actually doing it.
That's the most wholesome thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
Oh.
That is so cute. I'm obsessed with your mother. Already.
Oh,
Everything I've
great.
heard.
Yeah. Please. She's awesome. Love my mom.
All right, we have another winner, which is Scorpius Cinnamon Dust. There we go. I read that so wrong earlier. I couldn't even tell you. But that's okay. My goodness. Well, this looks phenomenal. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. And then with the title there. That's so gorgeous.
We got a promo.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. And we also got to promo you. So before you head out for the day, let's talk about you. Let's talk about where people should find you on the internet to follow and see more of your work.
Well, you can find me on Twitter, which I think is the link that's in the chat, I think.
Yes.
At Ennun Iurov. And then, honestly, anywhere else you want to go, my links are all pinned in the first tweet on my page.
Perfect. We know that we go to your website to see some of your other self-published work and links to that. So make sure that you check it out, of course. And do you have any final thoughts or any last piece that would maybe let people know what's that final push to go and grab needle and thread? What is the little piece of information that you think would get them out grabbing it? The one thing you would want them to know that would be like, okay, don't walk, run to the website, get on it, pre-order, get in there.
Difficult question. Wait, let me think. Well, obviously the art is amazing, so
there we go.
You should go for that. Oh yeah, there's a surprise at the end. I think either the very, very last page or the second to last page. Also, there's a lot of Easter eggs for people who are into nerd culture. Like, so many. Every chapter has something. Hide in the background sneakily.
Absolutely stacked with it. There we go. That's amazing. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. And seriously, thank you so much for coming on and drawing and sharing this with us. This was so incredible to watch. You are absolutely phenomenal. And answering questions and letting us get to know you while you did. This was so special. This looks absolutely amazing. Will we see this posted on social media? Do we get an image of it? Okay.
I'll post it immediately after we're done.
Perfect. So head over and go follow them on Twitter as well, so you can go check it out there. Get really zoomed in, get the chance to check it out. The link is right there in chat. We are going to take a quick BRB, but on the way out, I am going to play you the Needle and Thread trailer. We saw Nightmare on Savannah on the way in. Let's check out Needle and Thread so you can see a little more about what we've been talking about. All right.
Yes.
We'll see you in just a moment. Thank you, Ennun, and thank you guys. We'll see you in a second.
Yo, this is your boy, Hiroki, coming at you live from Green Lake High. At the top of the food chain, we got Azuri. She has the dopest clothes, the coolest friends. She's even the head cheerleader. I mean, this girl's got it all. Then there's my guy, Noah. He's definitely not at the top of the food chain, but he's my best friend. He likes to do weird stuff like watch old monster movies, read comics. My man even sews his own clothes. Crazy, right? He's got this dream of working in film, making costumes. I don't know. Could be kinda cool. But his parents don't seem to dig it. I know he's applying for Stonewell anyway. Hope he gets in. I just don't want to see my boy sad, you know? Like, it's senior year. It's supposed to be the best year of our lives. Anyway, I gotta get to class. Hiroki out?
I gotta say, I did look up James Jean after her recommendation, and I'm obsessed. So that's exactly what I will be doing after this, is I will be scrolling through Ennun's Twitter, checking out all of her previous Draw on Your Style challenges, and stalking James Jean. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We have a new winner for the giveaway. Look, we had a little trouble with international shipping, but that's okay. Also, I have a bunch of Band-Aids on my hands. I got scratched by my cat. So everybody knows that I feel like 2 is a suspicious number of Band-Aids. That's just a level where it's like, what happened here? My cat was afraid of the vacuum cleaner, and I picked him up and the vacuum fell over. So just so we're all aware of my suspicious number of Band-Aids you probably hadn't noticed yet. That is why, y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. This was so much fun. I hope that you enjoy our live draws. If you're not already, follow the channel. We do this stream every single week on Wednesdays. Of course, we weren't live last week. We were observing the day off of Twitch. So thank you, everybody, for your support in that. And if you'd like to support a good cause, as always, I want to remind you about BINK. BINK is a 501c3 nonprofit that we support, dedicated to assisting booksellers in need. The BINK Foundation grew out of a wish of bookstore employees to establish a fund to help their colleagues experiencing unexpected financial crises. BINK is dedicated to assisting bookstore and comic store employees across the United States in their greatest times of need. And as we have always said here, in 2021, it is a damn heavy time of need and a wonderful place that you could show a little bit of support. And we would love that very much. And you did. I'm so sorry you logged on right at the end of stream. Of course, there is always a VOD to check out, or there is always next week to come back and join us. So don't stress. there's always next time, okay? Next week, actually, we're going to be talking with the author of Nightmare in Savannah, Leila Gwen, and I am super excited about that. We're going to be doing an interview. So come back for that. We'll be talking a little more about Nightmare in Savannah. You got to see a preview of some of the characters, and now we'll get to see it as they originated, as from the mind of the brilliance behind it. Y'all, a huge thank you, the biggest thank you to the Mad Cave team, Allison, Chris, Manny, Frank, Gio, Mark, and the rest of the Mad Cave crew. Thank you for making this show possible. Thank you to all of you for showing up. You can follow me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. You can do !host or !Ennun in Twitter if you want to find our Twitters, so you can go follow everybody you saw today. Be sure to also follow Mad Cave on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for extra content, and join us next week, all right? Before that, make sure that you check out the previews this week available for pre-order. We've got Bountiful Garden number 3, Beckstars Volume 1, and Battle Cats Volume 3 number 5. So much for reading for you to do in between. I want this to be sort of like a book club that we can all share, right? So you know what's coming up, you know what to look forward to for the next week, and then we can chat about it once you've read it, or maybe tell you about something you haven't yet. All right, y'all, I will see you next Wednesday. Take care, friends. Bye.